evening and welcome to Burning Questions. And this has only taken about 4.5 hours, Friday edition. But we've got it done. Scotty just kept on driving, Scotty Ewen. Great to have you with us. It wasn't easy, but you never gave up, did you? Just like Bulletproof Boy, you never gave up.
That's exactly right, mate. I give my best.
And the most technologically savvy man in harness racing, Michael Stanley, who is in a hotel room which looks like very white and very, 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 very sort of worrying and lonely, but he's in New Zealand and he's still able to join us. How are you, Mick?
Well, thanks, guys. Good afternoon. It's not quite a backpackers hostel, but not far off it.
I wouldn't mind you just maybe showing us a bit of the room later. Anyway, Andy Gath, the legend, the man whom this show is really named after. How are you, Andrew?
Yeah, no, I'm fine and good to be here again.
Okay. So are you making a committed effort to wear a different brand every week? I reckon you are. You've got the Emporio Armani today. You're very promiscuous.
Yeah, no, it's always it's always a tough choice, but always trying to wear something different each week.
Right, let's get stuck into the burning questions. Question number 1, Scotty Ewen. Will class or draws / early pace decide who wins the fast class race? Bulletproof Boy, does he deserve a win? God bless him, he deserves one. Will he get one this weekend?
He does deserve a win. And look, I'll be honest, last week he had a little bit of an issue we found after the race in his back foot. So probably all things aside, I still think he didn't do too bad a job. Yeah, look, it'd be good if there's a little bit of pace on early, but I think he'll be a better horse this week anyway.
I love the answer, but it's like watching Squid Game at the moment. There's just a little bit of a delay with the mouth and the words. It was beautiful. It's like we don't need subtitles because Mick, what do you reckon? Bulletproof Boy, Hooligans in there. There's a couple that are drawn off the front row. Major Meister, Rick Riley. Who wins?
Oh, look, I think Bulletproof Boy definitely deserves to win, doesn't he? It looks to drop back in class for him, but I'm just going to, that's a question. So I'm going to stick with he deserves to win because, to be honest, because I'm on my phone and I don't have the field, I don't know where the others are drawn. So, but he definitely deserves to win.
That was Michael Stanley. I'll translate that. I'm in New Zealand trying to win a cup. I don't give who about what goes on at Melton on Saturday night. Andy, you give two because your reputation's on the line. You got to tip winners. Who wins the fast class at Melton on Saturday night?
Yeah, obviously it's a drop down in class with Bulletproof Boy. Probably only 2 chances off the front row, and that's Rick Riley and Major Meister. Just with Major Meister, just a shout out to Adam Kelly, who unfortunately has got an enforced layoff from training after this week, and wish him all the best going forward and hopefully gets a great result that we're all hoping for. So shout out to Adam. But I think Bulletproof Boy probably didn't suit him last week when he had to sort of lead up the 3-way trail. Doesn't look like there's going to be a lot of speed in the race, so it's still going to be difficult. But him and Hooley and definitely the 2 class horses, and they'll be storming home. So I haven't really answered it, but as we all like, would like to see Scotty win, even though he's sitting there looking like Peter Griffin to us from this angle. But wish him all the best.
Scotty Ewen, Peter Griffin. Oh, that's
welcome to.
I tell you what, we all know Scotty pretty well. Now the shots have been fired. I wouldn't be surprised if he takes Andy's head clean off later in burning questions. Question number 2, Andy. I've been a bit harsh on your horse here because I loved him and I made him a hero and now he's zeroed. Has Stride found the race he needs to jag and eat it high, or can the myth called Chinese Whisper simply sprint on by? It's been a tempestuous relationship. He's lost me a little bit, but can you give me good news?
Obviously, he was really good first up, and even though he missed the way, hit the line really good. The next start, he just pulled too hard. He pulled himself into the ground. Since then, we've sort of been working on him to try and relax and settle. His work at home's been really good. You would expect a horse of his quality. I still don't know what to expect from him. He still hasn't got my trust back yet, but I expect that he's going to perform pretty well. He'll be driven for a lot of luck, and I'm sure he'll hit the line really strong. Not sure about Ultimate Stride yet. I know it was a better performance last start, but not sure he's completely back to his best either too. So going to be a tricky little punting race. It's probably a race developed of a lot of depth and a fair few horses out of form. So, but I'm pretty sure Chinese Whisper will trot the whole way anyway. But whether he wins or not, still up for debate.
That was well done, Andy, not to get distracted because Scotty was throwing the camera up in all different angles, trying to get the best one. Now he's going on 45 degrees. Mick, again, translate, don't care too much, but Ultimate Stride just trending back into some nice form. Chinese Whisper has got a lot of ability, but we don't see it all that often. Your thoughts?
Well, the beauty is Andy just had no confidence whatsoever with Chinese Whisper, did he? So the only thing he could give us is hopefully he'll trot the whole way this week. So you'd think with the barrier draw advantage, Ultimate Stride, if he's going to get back into winning form, this has to be his race.
Scotty, what do you reckon? Now you've settled on a position there. What are your thoughts here with Ultimate Stride, Chinese Whisper, and the others?
Only thing I'll say is Ultimate Stride's going to work a fair bit to get across him, I think, and Andy's also going to get a good run through. And as he says, the trots all the way. I think it's a hope of knocking it off.
Well, I think I'll review the tape, but I think he has guaranteed us that it will trot all the way. I'm pretty sure he's given us a gilt-edged guarantee that it
I
will.
think it's a good chance of beating the other one.
I can't imagine. I can't imagine anyone's going to say something nasty or mean here because Mick's with us. Will the Aussies reign supreme in New Zealand Cup with Do, or will the vaunted feature land with one of local crew? I wonder what you think, Mick. I've got a good idea, but I'm going to ask you.
Yeah, well, I think I can win for sure. But look, and I think even outside me, if we're going for an Aussie win, there's a couple of Aussie-owned horses in the race also. So, but yeah, look, Rock and Roll Do has trained on exceptional since Ashburton. He trialled Super here on Tuesday. So he'll be the best I can have him. So if we can get a bit of luck in running and a clear passage, I'm sure that we can definitely give them a shake.
You're very, very happy with him? Mick,
Very,
you're
very
happy with
happy, yeah.
I'll tell you
Very,
one thing.
very happy, yeah.
Your mate, I'm not gonna announce exactly what I think he's got on it or at what price, but your mate Josh Jenkins, I'll be finding out wherever he is on Tuesday night if Rock and Roll Do wins. I can tell you that he's.
Well, I can let that go now. I'll tell you where he'll be because he's actually that invested. He's venturing over here.
That's going to be a fair way for me to get, actually. That's going to be a little bit tough. I might wait till he gets back. He should have some folding left by the time he returns if Rock and Roll Do wins. Andy, isn't it crazy to think the way Copy That performed here and Rock and Roll Do was just eating him alive and everyone alive here, and Copy That's the favourite 22nd New Zealand Cup. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, I think that just shows that Copy That's a more standing start horse than a mobile horse. He's been able to win off big handicaps since he's gone back there. But, Mick's horse was in extraordinary form before it left. I'm sure it's in terrific form now. It was good at Ashburton. The week was terrific. So Mick's horse is in great order. Standing start over 2 mile, always tricky, got to step away. But I'm sure Mick's got enough confidence in the horse that he can put himself in the race and get the job done. I don't think that, it's not the greatest cup field we've seen, and a few of Mark's horses are probably a little bit out of form. So Mick's got a great opportunity to win the race, and we'll be cheering for him.
He is the best horse in the race. I've got no doubt about that. Scotty, you're a patriot. You're an Aussie at your core. I wouldn't be surprised if you've got an Aussie flag at the front of the house. You're going to be with us, aren't you? Rock and Roll Do wins?
For sure, mate. Look, I still I missed those odds earlier a few weeks ago, but yeah, definitely. I think going on how they raced against each other here, Copy That and Rock and Roll Do. I think he had the wood on him pretty easy, and yeah, just as long as he steps a bit better than he did the first start, I think he'll be right in it.
Now we've got one more question to go. Are you winding up? Have you saved your retaliation for Andy, or are you just holding on to it, or what's going on?
I'm a Catholic, mate. I don't retaliate. I'm a lover, not a fighter.
That's, all the Catholics do is do everything wrong and then go and apologise. A couple of Hail Marys, rub the rosary beads, you're fine. Don't worry about it. Question number 4. This is the tough one. We want the crown winners in every category for the Pacers starts, of course, tonight. 2-year-old boys, 2-year-old girls, 3-year-old boys, 3-year-old girls for the paces. We'll start with you, Andrew, Patrick, another Catholic for sure. Gath, what do you got?
We're 2-year-old fillies. I'm going with Jewel Melody. 2-year-old Colts, school captain. 3-year-old fillies in Cypher. And 3-year-old Colts captain Ravishing.
Scotty?
Well, I haven't been on the job very well. I only looked at tonight, so I've only got the 3-year-olds. I've gone Captain Ravishing, of course, because I don't think there's a horse that can really put him under enough pressure to like in the Derby. And yeah, I'm with Andy, I think, in Cypher in the 3-year-old fillies, and I have not even checked the 2-year-olds. I'm very sorry.
It is such a pleasure to have you with us, Scotty. We'll let you get away with half. And we can hear some farrier work going on in the background area. Mick, your thoughts?
I can't argue with the 3-year-olds. Captain Ravishing, he's going to be too fast. Like, there's no leap to fame to put the speed on like there was in the Derby. So, and look, I don't know. I think in Cypher, on the Oaks form, interesting to see Amore Vita now in that camp. So it could be a little one that could improve a little bit also. So one of those two. I know that's not giving you one. I'm going to go knock in the two.
That was Captain's knock for sure. Sorry, unfortunately, Jacinda Ardern has decided to drop the Wi-Fi for a second there. Who was the 2-year-old fillies? No, I don't speak that language.
With me.
Bloody Jacinda. I'm going to go Captain Ravishing like everybody else. 2-year-old fillies tempting Tigress. The Lost Storm for me in the baby boys. And I'm thinking along the same lines as our overseas friend, Michael Stanley, that Amore Vita might just jump out of the group. I think Amore Vita is a better filly than in Cypher, but just we haven't seen it recently. So I think there might be a turnaround in form, and that's not disparaging Nathan Burden, but just a change of atmosphere might be what that filly needs. Best bet, Michael Stanley. I can only imagine there's one. Or have you got a whisper over there for New Zealand Cup Day outside of the Cup?
No, I don't, because every time they work one, they come in, they're all working really well, but they won't tell me what their names are. So I can't give you even a tip. I'm going to go Soho Seraphine at Maryborough on Sunday.
All right. Scotty Ewen, are you going to give us Bulletproof Boy, or have you found another one?
Once again, I've done a lot of form, so yeah, I'm going for Bulletproof Boy.
Just quickly, Mick, you're wearing the Stanley Stable t-shirt. How many do you? Is that all you? Do you have like 12 of them, and you just like when you open the closet, there's just 12 t-shirts, or have you got something else?
I've got one, and every time I have to have a commitment like this, I chuck it on.
He's too good. Unlike the heavily branded Andy Gath. What's your best, Andy?
Yeah, I'm going race 1, number 1 at Melton, Biella Boy.
Biella Boy.
Yep.
I'm going to be an absolute pig of a thing and tip a little double Mighty Flying Art into Hector, because I've got a good record going for the first time in the history of Burning Questions. I think I tipped 50 losers out of the first 55 episodes, and I'm trying to fight back. I'm on a bit of a run. Well done to everyone involved. Michael Stanley, great to have you join us. We didn't get to see the rest of the room, but I'm frightened anyway. It seems very sterile. I hope you're okay. Lock the door.
I'm very lucky that good cleaners here. So I've got this side very clean, that side not so.
So Andy will get this reference from Seinfeld. Is it a tuck or a no tuck for the bed? Do you like the sheets tucked in?
Tucked.
He likes to be cuddled. Well done, Andy, and well done to you, Scotty. Fantastic effort. We had a little stutter step, but you fought hard, and we all want Bulletproof Boy to win. We all want Rock and Roll Do to win, and we all want Chinese Whisper to trot all the way, because we've been told that's a 100% chance of happening. All right, time to say sayonara. That's been Burning Questions for another week.